We're back now with our political roundtable talking about politics, the decision 2010, and what had happened on Tuesday night. Here were some of the headlines about the results from Tuesday from the Wall Street Journal. Women candidates come into their own. The Washington Times, primaries engender a year of the woman. The AP headline, deja vu all over again. 2010 looks like the 92 political year of the woman. Here were some of the results to bear that out. We were talking to Carly Fiorina, who is now the Republican nominee for U.S. Senate from California. You had former state representative Sharon Angle, who is now the Republican nominee for the Senate in Nevada. Senator Lincoln, of course, the incumbent, she holds on. Democratic nominee from Arkansas, Meg Whitman, who's running for governor as a Republican in California. State Representative Nikki Haley, Republican candidate for South Carolina governor. She still has a runoff that she has to win. So, Carly Fiorina, is this about being a year of the woman, or is it about outsiders to the process that are making a mark? What is your takeaway?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both, but I think what you're seeing now is candidates are reflecting the diversity of America. And isn't that a wonderful thing? Isn't that a wonderful evolution? I think it is a natural progression, and I think it's worth celebrating.
Do you agree, Congresswoman?
Well, I always think it's funny when the media declares something the year of the woman. I mean, are we only entitled to one every 18 years or so? I mean, that's a little.
That's what Barbara Mikulski was teasing about. Yeah. The year of the asparagus, the year of the cabbage. I mean, I think something is different here. I think what's different is that underneath there's a social revolution that's gone on in the last 20 years. Women are now 60% college graduates, 68% master degree graduates, more PhDs. Almost 42% MBAs. They're coming into their realm in every sphere of society. They're going to be in politics.
Well,
We're
also,
late
it's
for the
also,
world at
to
large,
me, it was actually my wife Beth who made this observation, which I always take seriously, which is, look, I mean, talk about who's the ultimate outsider. I mean, men are still running most things, and not always doing such a great job.
David, let me just jump back in here for a second, because the underlying problem here is that across the board, particularly with Republicans, it isn't the year of the woman. We have 104 members that 104 races that the NRCC has put on their Young Guns watch lists. Of those, and they had a much ballyhooed, aggressive attempt to recruit top female candidates. They have 7 women out of 104 on that list. I mean, this is a party that has a brand that women simply don't want to run with, and that women don't want to vote for because they don't share the values that women care about.
The headlines did feel like an attempt to shoehorn in an idea, just to sort of make some sort of national perspective out of something.
Ever do that?
Yeah, exactly. However, I thought mechanically what was fascinating about all of the victors, Nikki Haley in particular, Meg Whitman as well, Ms. Fiorina, as well as Sharon Angle, and Blanche Lincoln, all of them had to withstand huge negative ads. It is harder to run a negative campaign against women candidates. That is a fact, and I think women candidates in a toxic political environment are more likely to survive right now because the public, part of it is I think they don't believe it yet that somehow women are as dirty as male politicians because of what you just brought up. But second is that women campaigns are better at sort of withstanding this a little bit.
Roger Simon, what more broadly is happening here in terms of Tuesday? Conventional wisdom gets turned on its head. An incumbent can hold on like Blanche Lincoln despite organized labor coming after her. You just have an anti-establishment sentiment out there that seems to be more powerful than even an anti-Washington sentiment.
That may be true, but it's important to keep in mind that all but 2 of the 217 House members who ran for re-election won their primaries. So it's not exactly a huge wave of anti-Washington feeling. Right. Secondly, and I hate to rain on the parade here, these women have won primaries. Right. We've got to come back in November and see how many of them get elected.
Right. We've got a program every Sunday, though, Roger. So we've got to keep it going here. Carly Fiorina, this is something you told the New Yorker in June about the political parties. So what I sense is a lot of frustration with a government they view as out of touch, distant, arrogant, maybe corrupt, and it's fatigue with professional politicians of both parties. As a Senate candidate in the Republican Party, can we expect you to buck your party? And what issue that Republicans hold near and dear is something that you would find yourself parting company with?
Well, let me first say that I've never been in politics before. I've never run for office. But I think our founding fathers intended this to be a citizen government. It's what of, by, and for the people means. And what I sense in the state of California is a lot of people agree with me. And they think that the lessons we learn in the real world would in Washington. You know, common sense, problem-solving ability, actions speak louder than words, results count. Those are things that people want to see more of in Washington. If I am fortunate enough to win this seat in November, it will be because the people of California send me to Washington, not the Republican Party. I am my own person, and I will continue to be.
I have to say, that sounds a little Schwarzenegger-esque. Are you a Schwarzenegger Republican?
Yeah. I have very different core values than Arnold Schwarzenegger ran on, but I believe that this election is going to be about jobs. We are destroying jobs in California through bad government policy. Since the institution of the stimulus package, our unemployment picture has deteriorated substantially, and this election is about out-of-control government that is taxing too much, spending too much, and borrowing too much.
All right.
And you look at every poll in California, you will find that Democrats, Independents, and Republicans all think those are the issues in this election.
15-second comment.
Greg,
Final word.
You'll note that Carly didn't mention anything that she disagrees with the Republican Party, because she essentially doesn't. She's pro-gun, she's anti-choice, she supports expanded offshore oil drilling as a solution to our energy problems. She has literally bought into the entire agenda, lock, stock, and barrel, and continues to want to push the United States towards private industry, away from balance, which is what President Obama.
The debate in California and beyond will go on. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.